Another fine day, another good day. Beautiful day for us to get together and have conversations. It's been a while. We have not done this. It's been a while. We have not had these conversations, and I miss my guy, there, man. Have fun now. Wait till it happen.
Samy, bonsoir.
Ouais, bonsoir.
Ça va. Nous, on est bien. We're fine. We're fine. We missed you guys here. It's been a while, almost a week without having a conversation, without talking to you, without seeing you guys. So it feels good to be back on air. So, Sammy, welcome.
Thank you to have me here again today.
Yeah.
Je suis,
Oh, I thought you said happy new year. I was like, bro. Man.
je suis très heureux d'être encore avec vous aujourd'hui, parler de l'actualité. Et vraiment, nous sommes comme une famille et nous promouvons la culture, le sport et tout ce qui est avec. Donc, nous sommes prêts.
Okay, I seen us in the shaky face. Apparently, they did the network we work with, right? Just hope it's not going to be that bad. I hope it can get better. I don't know what's happening, but we're just going to manage things like that. Yeah, I just hope we're going to manage things like that. And so many things have happened. So many things have happened. Don't even know where to start from. But I decided I wanted to start, especially because it's been a while. We have not done anything. It's preferable we start from a soft place, and then we can go to other difficult and other hard conversations. Kemfak and the Kusi. I feel like that should be the topic for today. If any other thing they will talk about, I mean, we'll take some soft round on first of all the kid who was killed, or the guy because which by the way, Ina say what you hear about that story.
Oh, yeah, man. This is a very delicate situation, very delicate issue. So, what is being told about the story is that we have these men, these two gentlemen that were having their own beer in a bar, and they started argue, and they got into a fight, and one beating the other guy who got mad under they were both under the influence of alcohol. So he got mad, went to his house, man, took a knife and went to the other guy's home, and I don't even want to put that word on air, and take the life of the youngest son of the other man in a tragic way. So in a very brutal and tragic way. So in this situation, you don't even know we don't even know how to comment that, because for me it's beyond explanation, beyond understanding. So I don't know how we can explain that. Is it the work of the devil? But by the way, anything now in Cameroon, whatever you want to look up, those social news, you're going to see that this person has been killed. There have been this murder over here. You've been these people, like the story of the other guy that you heard. He went to Limbe, and he hired a driver to run around with doing his business, and the driver kidnapped him, killed him, and buried him in a forest. So what is going on in the country? Is it the cry of what is it?
Sami, what news about l'enfant qu'on a terminé? C'est la même news que tu as entendu?
Oui, c'est la plus grosse nouvelle parce que j'ai même posté ça sur ma page. Je vais dire que l'homme aujourd'hui au Cameroun, je ne sais pas si c'est une malédiction que nous avons au Cameroun, je ne sais pas où c'est notre gouvernement qui n'arrive pas à tenir, à éduquer les personnes au Cameroun. Mais je pense que déjà, même avant que l'enfant ne meure, il avait déjà fait un premier coup. Et avant, même s'il avait déjà passé plus d'1 an en prison. Donc, ça veut dire qu'il a déjà, il n'est pas à son premier coup, ce monsieur. Là, plusieurs fois. Donc, ça veut dire, quand j'écoute, parce que j'ai passé tout le temps sur TikTok à voir des gens qui vivent, ses voisins, à parler avec ses voisins et tout, je pense que beaucoup donnent le même témoignage et que c'est une famille des personnes qui sont émotionnellement actives. Donc, c'est des gens qui sont hungry, donc des personnes qui se fâchent rapidement et qui commettent des gaffes. Je pense que le coup le plus récent, c'était le monsieur avec qui ils ont bagarré dans un bar. Le monsieur s'est retrouvé à l'hôpital, il est mort. Il est encore à la morgue. Il a déjà un deuxième coup sur place, l'enfant. Il faut que j'appelle le gouvernement du Cameroun. On sait ce qui se passe avec ce gouvernement, mais je les appelle déjà à prendre conscience et que ce monsieur, on le donne le traitement qu'il faut. Parce que si on le condamne et qu'on on le juge à la place publique ou bien en public, ça va permettre à ceux qui ont l'intention de vouloir faire la même chose, qui sont récalcitrants mentalement, de comprendre que le Cameroun n'est pas en train de jouer. Je prends l'exemple là où nous vivons. Imagine, même si tu connais quelqu'un qui est à vélo, qu'il soit mort ou pas, tu vas d'abord payer pour ça. Tu vas d'abord faire au moins 2 ou 3 jours en prison avant qu'on ne te juge pour te donner ta sentence. Mais comment est-ce que ce monsieur est encore en liberté jusqu'à aujourd'hui? C'est même ça qui me fait un peu plus mal. Déjà encore, notre confrère qui vit ici aux États-Unis, qui va au Cameroun, regardez encore les jeunes. Parce qu'on n'a pas l'éducation. L'éducation civique a fui le Cameroun. L'éducation civique où on nous apprenait comment respecter nos aînés, comment avoir peur de nos aînés, ce n'est plus au Cameroun. Il n'y a plus ça. Comment traverser même la route. Aujourd'hui, tu arrives et tu vois quelqu'un manger, il jette des ordures sur la route. Mais moi, c'est pour ça que moi, j'implore que la paix revienne, parce que je me rappelle au sud-ouest, au nord-ouest, tu ne pouvais pas jeter les ordures sur la route. C'était les villes les plus propres au Cameroun. Mais comme ils sont venus avec les intentions qu'il y a aujourd'hui, tu arrives à Boya, tu vas trouver que Boya est comme le marché central aujourd'hui. Pourtant, à l'époque, ce n'était pas ça.
Oh. So he was actually talking about the situation that happened where a kid lost their life. It's crazy. It's crazy because when I heard the story, I was just looking at myself. That kid was just 6. At 10, 11, I was living by myself. And I imagine the crazy, so many other situations that happened back then. I don't really want to go. I don't really want us to go deep into that topic, especially because for now we don't really have the details. But I've been asking myself so many questions. What were they really fighting? Was it just the fact that he got beat up that pushed him to, or there were other things? There's so many questions, because at the end of the day, whether we like it or not, we need to ask these questions. If you start asking these questions, maybe it will put you in that position where you will know that, okay, when I'm having this kind of argument with somebody and it start getting to this level, maybe I should just back out. You don't really need to stay and beat them up because you have the power. You never know what they'll do. I'm not saying what they're doing is right, but sometimes it's just preferable to avoid certain situations instead of allowing them escalate, and then now an innocent kid is paying for I can see our stupidity.
Yeah.
You understand? So for me, when things like this happen, I sit and I try to analyze, I try to ask myself so many questions. You understand? If I was in the person who committed the crime, that's not even a crime, that's more than a crime. If I was that person, like, what should I have done to éviter d'être là où you understand? Because trust me, sometimes they say just walk away.
Yeah.
You understand? You just look at the situation and I can beat you up or I can take you to blah blah. But guess what? You never know what people are thinking. There are people who can get angry and they can keep that anger for the next 10 years until they have the opportunity to hurt you. Donc ça sert à rien de vouloir prouver que, oh, je suis fort. And for it's not only when you can beat them with your hands. You understand? Tu arrêtes quelqu'un, tu le fermes, or les trucs comme ça. You don't know how it's going to traumatize them, or they're going to just harbor some kind of. It's just crazy. I'm not blaming the guy who beat up the man, and no, I'm just saying if it's possible for us to sometimes avoid some of these situations.
Yeah.
You are in a bar with somebody and the argument gets to a particular place. It starts getting to where it's unnecessary. You just pick your stuff and you leave.
Yeah.
I don't talk to you for the rest of my life, rather than put myself in a situation now that look at how the whole thing is going. Now it's not just about the man who committed the crime. People are trying to hit at his daughter also. Some people are even insinuating that, oh, si c'était moi, j'allais lui faire la même chose. Because I don't know. What do you think about people who are saying that?
It's pain. I'm not going to be against them, or I'm not gonna caution what they
Attends,
think.
il faut que j'insulte quelqu'un. Mon reel, c'est
Montréal.
Montréal. Je suis Cameroun. I can speak in English, I can speak in French, I can speak in Pidgin. S'il vous plaît, faut me laisser comme ça. Go ahead.
So what I was saying is like, you can't really.
But
I
it's a
can't
good, it's
blame
a good
them
point though. I should learn to speak one language, so at least people who are
who are following
understanding
it,
the
yeah.
language, yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
But what I'm saying is, I cannot blame those who are saying that it's out of anger, because to be honest, this is something that we never saw. That a whole man of 60 something years will get mad because he got beat up by his friend, because they know each other. And from the information I gather left and right, they know each other, and they are both these kind of bully people. So now they were like, oh, don't try this with me, because you know how I can do it. I'd say, you know me, that I'm stronger. And then they started. So when he went there, they hit it up. So it got mad, or somehow, I don't even want to say that he got mad, because, man, so he did this action. Now people that are blaming and saying that if I was in that
The other
family
person's
shoes, I would have take revenge. I can't blame them, but at the same time, what I would say is that we are not living in a no man's land. We live in a very organized society, and we have laws, and we have let's put this in quote, a justice in place that can really, handle it in a righteous way. Okay, but what people are even blaming the daughter, about is that this is something that has been going on for on and on and on. All right, he's been doing that. They even move from one quarter to the other because of that violence. Okay, he was hitting people, and then they threatened to finish with him as well. That's why he moved to that quarter to the other. So now when the daughter came out talking about him, she was praising him, being a very good man, being her hero, and all of that. So now that this happened, people start to question her morality. So that's why I will join Sammy and say that, hey, whatsoever is going on is that we are completely lost. We have lost our ways. We don't have this civic education again. We need to go back to that. And then let me just put this before we move on. Back in the days when we were growing up, a child was everybody. It was the community child. Everybody could have educated, corrected, or even wipe the child up if the child was doing something wrong. Remember when maybe your mother will call you and say, hey, go get some water for me, and then you run to go play football or soccer. I was a champion of that. So when a big brother in a quarter will see me running, going to play soccer, he hold me. He was gonna give me a correct whooping. All right, correct one. Take me back and get that bucket and go get the water they asked for me. And then that's how we grew up. We were respecting our elders and respecting everybody. We were calling every parent in the quartier that daddy and mommy. You understand? But now, I don't know, we've let our culture mix with foreign culture. Let me say it this way. And then now we don't even know where we stand. If you correct someone's child in the quartier now, he's going to sue you. That no, you're maltreating his kid. You understand? So we have to go back to this civic education. We have to question ourselves, go back to the basis for where we are, our own identity. We stop copying some people's identity. And that's why we are finding ourselves in this kind of situation, because we've lost our ways.
You said something that caught my attention, and especially when the first situation happened, and then the artist came out and was, I like the fact that you didn't even call her name. The artist came out and was praising the dad and things like that. I'll bet you this is one of the most challenging things we have in our community, one of the most challenging situations we have in our community. A situation where somebody has two faces. You understand? When he is out there with other people, they can be a monster, they can be whoever. But then they have people when they are with, they're actually that caring, loving, angels, protective. You understand, that kind of person. So sometimes it's really difficult for someone to really feel like, for me, because at the end of the day, you're only going to judge a book by what you know about the book. You understand? Okay, for me, and that is where I remember one time Kanye West did. They were asking somebody about Kanye West,
Mm-hmm.
and Kanye West was saying that's a kind of somebody I really follow. He was saying the one thing most of us fail to understand is whether we like it or not, that person that you're calling a thief, a killer, or whatever, they have family members also.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you're really hoping that their family members should hate them.
Yeah.
It's difficult.
Yeah, it is.
We are always struggling to find that balance between, okay, even though this person is my brother, you understand, how do I treat them in a situation where they did something crazy or they're doing something? Because like I said, le fait même que, sorry my brother, I will speak a little bit in French. Le fait même que il est agressif au quartier, des trucs comme ça a protégé peut-être sa famille. You understand? Because we always have those kind of people who they are aggressive in the neighborhood and then you cannot touch their sister or their brother or their mother or anything. Yeah. So for them, it's beneficial. Whereas for the rest of the quartier, it's abusive.
It's a terror. It's
yeah.
A terrorist.
By the way, what do you think about the fact that people were hoping or some people were wishing that the artist should be attacked also?
You know, I understand them. Je les comprends et je comprends aussi ceux qui sont contre. Vous savez, quand il y a une situation de meurtre, les émotions sont partagées. Les émotions sont partagées. Les gens, certaines personnes ont des émotions non contrôlées et d'autres ont des émotions contrôlées. Donc, ça veut dire, pour ceux qui sont en train de penser qu'il fallait faire, c'est justement parce que sa fille lui a présenté comme un modèle. Je peux comprendre tout le monde parce que quand la première situation est sortie, celui qui était encore dans la classe, le premier meurtre, elle qui combat la violence tous les jours, que je suis contre la violence faite aux enfants, aux femmes, aux trucs, elle n'a pas fait une sortie. C'est d'abord la première erreur. La deuxième erreur était de se désolidariser de son papa pour la première fois.
Tu appelles son papa et tu dis qu'il doit désolidariser.
C'est normal parce que je vais dire un truc.
No, don't do un truc first. If it was you, what would be your statement to
The first thing, because
in French, si c'était toi, pour se désolidariser, what would you have said?
Je devais sortir, puisque je vais prendre d'abord, entre parenthèses, on l'a appelé. La famille l'appelle pour dire que voici un meurtre que ton père vient de faire.
Non, just talk.
Bon, maintenant, moi,
à
sa place, je devais faire une sortie en disant, je me désolderai des actes de mon père. Ça veut dire que mon père reste mon père, mais ces actes qu'il a commis ne me concernent pas. Je me désolderai des actes parce qu'il est responsable de ces actes. Vous voyez, parce que nous sommes des machos.
So, do you think she was actually in support of what the father did?
No, I don't think so.
She was not supported.
Bro, to be honest with you, right? Let me play the devil's advocate. You understand? In that situation, whether you like it or not, you are confused about what to do. And you know what's worst? Those who are really fragile, those who are really weak in heart, they are the ones that will be confused. That don't even know what to say. Do I come out and say, like, at the end of the day, I don't think there's even that man. Even the man who committed the crime is not happy with the crime. So if we think that to dissociate yourself with the crime was just coming out to say, oh, je me loigne de ce qu'il a fait, il reste mon papa, mais l'acte qu'il a fait là.
You know, people that think that they're just trying to be politically correct. You understand? Just call it, you're just being hypocrite. You understand? So you ask a very valid question. Okay, put yourself in her shoes. What would you have done? All right. So that's why I say in the beginning that those who are blasting or pointing finger at us is because they are angry. We do understand that. You understand? We do understand that. But now we should understand that, like I said, we are living in a, let's say, a very structured society in which we have several arms of government. We have the executive, the legislative, and the judiciary. So now the judiciary is doing their job. They are conducting an investigation. The man is in custody of the justice as we are talking right now. So what else do we need to do? If somebody goes out there to retaliate, you're committing a crime. You get account. They hold you accountable to your actions. So what I'm saying is that the man is responsible of his action. All right. But now we live in a very spiritual society. which means this action will get some repercussion physically and spiritually.
Spiritual.
So now the only thing we might say is this: okay, this girl found herself in a position where the action of the father is seriously damaging to her, not just because she is an artist, because she's a daughter of the man, and the man shared the blood. And if you look our society, we say that it will be paid. Whatever you do on her, you have this karma that will come and hit you back. Maybe the karma will hit on her, maybe on her children or something, but somehow she'll carry this spiritual responsibility and the moral responsibility. Moral responsibility because they know this man through her. If this man wasn't her father, this situation wouldn't have been this kind of chaotic the way it is right now. Because the daughter is famous, you understand. That's why people is making this big echo on, you understand. But at the end of the day, I don't know what advice we can give them. All we can say is that the family of this young baby, man, may the God give them comfort, may the God counsel them and cool their heart down. All right, that's what I can say.
You asked me, when you asked me a question, so quand tu me poses une question, je dois répondre à ma façon. Parce que moi, je me dis toujours, quand il y a une situation délicate comme celle-là, et tu es un homme public, ça veut dire qu'une personne publique a soit la bonne moralité d'être cool, parce que je pense qu'en communication, on dit deux fois en situation de guerre, soit tu attaques, soit tu restes calme. Ça veut dire que l'attaque voudrait dire que ce n'est pas parce que c'est ton père, c'est pas parce que tu dis que tu te désolarises, que tu n'aimes pas ton papa, mais c'est parce que tu es une personne publique pour calmer les ardeurs. Bon, maintenant, quand je dis, la deuxième des choses qu'elle devait faire, c'était... La deuxième des choses qu'elle devait faire, c'était de se rapprocher, même de n'importe quelle façon, même envoyer des gens se rapprocher de la famille. Et c'est ce qu'elle a fait, parce que le communiqué est sorti, la famille a dit, après le communiqué de la famille se lève et dit, nous, avec la petite, nous nous sommes entendus, nous avons causé, elle a fait ceci, elle a fait cela. Il ne faut pas que la situation que son père a créée affecte la fille. Et vous avez vu, dès que le communiqué est sorti, tout s'est calmé. Mais je pense que en matière de crise comme celle-là, soit tu t'effaces, tu ne dis rien et tu négocies en bac, soit tu sors avant que les gens même, parce que tu es une personne publique, avant que tout le monde ne soit au courant. Ça veut dire que la première des choses, tu sors, tu dis que j'ai vu les appels, j'ai vu ceci, parce que tu es une personne publique. J'ai vu vos appels, j'ai vu ceci, moi, vos pleurs et tout, voilà. Parce que en tant que personne publique, je dis toujours ça, il faut avoir il faut avoir des communicateurs solides. Ça veut dire des personnes qui savent comment gérer les moments de crise. Et c'est pour ça qu'on demande toujours aux gens, choisissez bien les gens avec qui vous employez et qui sont à côté de vous.
Very true. I wanted to touch on something that Innocent mentioned. Innocent, he talked about karma. Personally, I don't believe in karma. You know, the reason I don't believe in karma is because right now, that kid who is losing his life, what is the karma for him? What did he do to deserve that? Or are you trying to tell me that the man did that to their family because their family had actually done something to another family and the karma is coming to them? So for me, I'm always asking the question, where did the karma begin? You understand? So for instance, if I attack you, you understand, and the people I say, oh, karma will come and attack me. The question is, what did you do that karma is coming to you first? That for me, that's just the way I see it. I don't really believe in karma. I believe in if something happens, we look for the best possible sustainable solution. And trust me, I understood very well what you were talking about, her coming out and making that statement, which is very important. Like you said, it is really, really important because sometimes also when you stay quiet, people interpret it their own way. You understand? Especially because you came a few weeks ago and you were making a post and you were talking about, oh, my dad is a blah, 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 blah. You understand? And if this situation you decide to stay quiet, it will look like you don't want to come and say funny things about your dad because you know it's going to affect him negatively. Let me just play the devil's advocate. Sometimes you want to really gather the information also because you're not sure. The man, I heard that the man will come and will say, oh, I did not do it, or
I'm not remembering anything.
I don't remember anything. Even Joe
Yeah, he
Malamantal.
said he don't remember anything. He's mentally not stable. He's not stable.
And you see that if you have a really good lawyer, he can actually make a case that c'est au village on lui a tourné la tête. Maintenant, on peut accuser une grand-mère au village.
Oui, qui n'est même pas stable mentalement et tout
il est
ça.
fou, qui n'est pas stable.
Yeah, c'est des choses comme ça qui arrivent.
But we really have to be careful. For me, I think the takeaway, whether I like it or not, the bottom line is let's really be careful with the way we handle certain situations. Just because you have power to beat up people doesn't mean you have to go out there and beat up people. Just because you have also the power to pick up a weapon and go to somebody's house and attack innocent people doesn't really mean you have to do that. We as a community we need to learn to anticipate situations, read the room, read the temperature, read the environment, and know that hey, this is when I have to leave. And like you guys were saying, lately there's been too many incidents, and ce n'est même pas the thing that they at first they put poison. No, it's couteau, it's machete, it's
crazy.
It's crazy, and it's happening every now and then around our community.
Yeah.
At this point in time, I don't even know if we should blame the government or we should blame ourselves, because at the end of the day, one thing I feel also is we are pushing too much responsibility to the government. I feel like we are pushing too much responsibility. Maybe I'm seeing Innocent is acting like, but for me, I feel like we're pushing too much. There are some basic things that, as a human being, you're supposed to know. I should not do this. It's not supposed to be because the government taught you in school that you should not. No, you understand? We usually say, put yourself in my shoe.
Yeah, that's the best way of saying it.
Do you know what we're watching now in Cameroon in the TV?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know? Qu'est-ce qu'on regarde aujourd'hui à la télévision?
Mm-hmm.
Est-ce que les parents aujourd'hui font leur boulot? Okay. Parce que je pense que la tête du pays, c'est le gouvernement. Il faut qu'on se dise la vérité. Dans une maison, la tête, c'est le père. Si on dit que nous avons les parents dans un pays, nos parents, c'est qui? Dans le pays, c'est le gouvernement, le président de la République. C'est eux qui nous donnent la ligne à suivre. Aujourd'hui, ils pensent seulement faire les taxes pour donner aux gens à payer. Mais est-ce qu'ils pensent remettre l'éducation civique aux enfants depuis la maternelle, comme on apprenait déjà à dire, quand on voit un grand frère, on doit lui dire bonjour?
Are you telling me if you do not go to school, your parents cannot teach you about civic education?
Your parents can teach you, right? But, je dis encore, la seule chose que nous devions savoir, la responsabilité du gouvernement, même si ce n'est pas à 100%, la responsabilité du gouvernement aujourd'hui sur la situation du Cameroun est à 85%. Et le reste est à 15%. Pourquoi? C'est le gouvernement qui donne la ligne à suivre dans un pays.
So what do you think? Do you think it's entirely the government's responsibility?
No. I will not say so. I will say that it's a shared responsibilities. We as a human, as individuals, and then the government as well. Because you understand, from within what is right and what is wrong. You understand, and then you have this free.
Quand il dit que je vais te piquer là où ça va te toucher aussi. That was him talking.
Yeah.
He knows.
Yeah. Est-ce que quand il dit ça, quand tu vas porter plainte, on l'arrête pour demander pourquoi tu as dit ça?
No, that's what I'm saying is when he decides that I'm going to do this, that is to tell you that because normally the government, whether I like it or not, Bible government, every other, even he himself know that okay, this is not a good thing to do. That's why he says this is the one I will do because I know that it will hurt you. Go ahead, my brother.
So I was saying that the government bears its own responsibility in that. This is what I think that the educational system right now that we have in our country is not accurate. If you look at our society, our community, what we are being taught is not relevant to our society, the shape, the structure of our society. What we did, or what they did as a government, they just portray another system of education, mainly from France, okay, which is aimed at French structural, sociological, platform background. You understand? And then they came and pasted it in Cameroon. This is why it's not working. So we should go back, draw our own educational program, write our own books, our own learning material based on our society, our cultural heritage, and our social identity. So if we put it this way, we're gonna find ourselves in this place where we come back to to our community. You know, African most African society is a community, family oriented, community oriented society. So whenever we come back to this basic point where we were, because I'm not talking something that was done done 100 years ago. I'm talking about 20 years ago. Just 20 years ago, you were gathered. Everybody in the community was protecting a kid. You understand? Every person in the community was protecting a kid. Whenever you come back from school, you had nothing to eat. The neighbor will call you and dish food for you to eat while your parents come back. You understand that? So this is how we were. But now we took these Western civilizations and bring in there. And I keep telling my people, like, see, you're never gonna take iOS, put it in a Android phone and it works, and vice versa. Never. So let's build our own system based on our cultural and sociological realities, and then from there, now we can at least from the beginning counter this kind of madness, because I call this madness. We cannot describe it.
I like what you said. I really like what you said, because that's where the craziness is. That's where the separate is. The fact that we come from a place where we were supposed to connect with nature, connect with our past, connect with our history, with our ancestors, but then we have this system of education and TV and every other thing is just, it continues to just show us that no, you're supposed to, that person is their family, because back in the days, that man will not even think about doing that, because he knows that kid is his responsibility
to protect.
He knows that kid is his kid, and he will not even try something like that. But now, because we are already copying this style that, oh no, Deco, c'est n'est pas mon enfant, ça veut dire que ce n'est pas ma famille. That's why we are getting into all this trouble.
Exactly.
I like what you said, and I feel like this should drive us into the next conversation, which was about Kemfak and Kosi. Kemfak and Kosi, I don't want to call him Malox. I like to call him Kemfak because I feel like he's denigrating in as much as that's his name.
That's his name.
But it seems that when people call him Kemfak, it's because they want to provoke him.
So you want to provoke him now?
If I wanted to, I would be calling him Obili Bandi, or I would have done my Obili Bandi t-shirt.
You would have done your own podcast.
The way I look at it is, even what is happening between Kemfak and Kosi, right, is the similar. We have borrowed a system or a culture, and we are trying to make it look like that is ours. That is the new thing. Because guess what? When this whole thing started, by the way, let's start from the beginning.
Yeah.
I'll not go with you because I know where you're going to go. What do you think about the whole thing, the whole Kosi Malox thing?
My own view of that is that, you know, those two, they are artists, you understand, and they live on that, on their arts, performance, and all of that. So my own view of that is that you're just creating an emulation around them, and then they will sell the views. You get money out of the views. They'll get money out of the show and out of their live streams and all of that. That's me. It's just they're just creating an emulation of a movement that was in kind of sleeping. It was that movement, the hip hop movement in Cameroon was kind of sleeping. But what I'm saying is what was going on in Cameroon was just urban music. You know, this new Afro R&B singer and all of that. Let's say Afrobeat singers. That was what was going on. But as far as the rap was concerned, it was kind of sleeping and all of that. But this whole clash made everybody come out. So I even heard Big Jovi Le Mons that did something today or yesterday. Yeah, he did something out, and you know, JV was it was quiet for a while. He haven't put out any diss track or any something. So, but at least out of this, they put something out. So me, I would take that. Okay, it's a positive point that makes this movement to come back alive and enrich the cultural heritage of Cameroon. That's it.
What do you think about the whole thing that's happening?
Ce que moi je vais dire par rapport à ça, il faut d'abord que je dise que je vous dis quelque chose qui est important. En musique, il y a ce qu'on appelle le sommeil musical. Parce que ces gars dormaient déjà. Et puis, il faut aussi qu'on dise la vérité, qu'aussi est orgueilleux. Quand il s'assoit dans les télévisions, ce qu'il dit par rapport à ses confrères, mais aussi ses confrères mal à l'aise. Il a fait avec...
Il est orgueilleux face à qui? Face à Malox?
Il est orgueilleux.
Face à l'autre pasteur?
Il a fait ça avec l'autre, comment on l'appelle là? Stanley, non.
Non, il n'a jamais fait ça avec Stanley.
Ils ont fait une chanson après.
Alors, quand Stanley est sorti en disant que milliardaire et tout, il a pris ça mal. Il a pris ça personnellement. Tu vois?
Non, là, c'était pour le buzz, pour les
chansons. Je comprends que c'était pour le buzz, mais il y a des situations avec Malox. Il faut qu'il comprenne qu'il ne peut pas attaquer Malox. Parce que Malox, d'abord, le rap, c'est d'abord la rue. C'est le punchline. Ça veut dire que quand tu n'as pas le punchline dans le rap, ne pars pas dans la rue.
Malox a des punchlines.
Malox a des punchlines parce que Malox a fait sortir de ses gangs. Un enfant bien éduqué qui se retrouve dans ces histoires, ça veut dire que Malox l'a touché où il ne fallait pas le toucher. Et moi, je pense qu'actuellement, en dehors du petit là.
Je serai la beat. I'm going to be the referee here.
Yeah. en dehors du petit là, le gars.
Ténor.
En dehors de Ténor Jovi, Malox vient. Je pense que voilà les 3 meilleurs rappeurs au Cameroun. Kossi, c'est un chanteur. C'est un chanteur normal qui se concentre dans sa ligne musicale et qui n'aille pas provoquer les autres parce qu'il a essayé de faire le rap. Et moi, je préfère même quand il chante en anglais parce qu'il s'en sort plus. Quand il essaie de venir en français, il se perd un peu. Parce qu'il y a des gens même qui ne sont même pas dans leur buzz, hein, qui ont pris des balles perdues. Donc, il faut que Kossi un peu, qui descende sur terre. Dans un pays où il y a les gens qui savent ce qui se passe. Et je vais dire, Malox, c'est fabriqué seul. Hein?
No, don't go too far. First of all, let me tell you something. Right? No, let me tell you something. First of all, you sit here and you talk about the first situation, and you talk about culture, and you talk about how, we have lost our ways, we have done this, we have done that, and then you sit here now and you're celebrating Malox. That is being hypocritical. Let me finish. You did your turn. You did your time. That is being hypocritical. Malox has not done one song that reflects our community, that reflects the Bamileke guy that he is. One song he has not. On the contrary, Malox is part of the group of people who are copying everything from the West, all the bad things, not even every good thing, all the bad things from the West to transmit to our culture. Now, when you talk about, Kossi, rap is something of the road and this and that, bro, every generation has its own definition of rap if you do not know. The rap that Dr. Dre's and Eminem and all of those guys were doing is not what Drake is doing. It's not what Kendrick Lamar is doing. It's not what all these guys of today are doing. So every generation comes in and they pick, let's say, rap music or whatever, or Makossa, or just like Makossa, right? The Makossa that the Manu Dibango and the Ben Deka and those guys back in the days were doing, it's not what they're doing now. You listen to some Petit Pays songs, you hear a little bit of Afrobeat in Makossa. So when you start saying rap is a thing of the rue, I'll just laugh at you. On the contrary, when we talk about culture and we talk about community and we talk about civic education, if you listen to Kossi's song, Obili Bandi, quand vous voyez quelqu'un, ça veut dire qu'on le respecte, n'est-ce pas? Donc, malgré le fait que l'autre lui a dit, your mamie, whatever, right? Il veut faire le clash, il dit, vous. Vous voyez. You understand? So, I don't know what you're trying to talk about, but go ahead.
Le truc, c'est que je ne suis pas en train de praiser Malox. Non.
Non, c'est ce que vous êtes en train de dire.
Non, je ne suis pas. Je dis bien ceci. En matière du rap, Malox fait du rap de la rue. Et je pense qu'aussi, par rapport à son éducation, ne doit pas se retrouver dans ce milieu où il va se mettre en train de s'insulter.
Donc, d'après toi,
oui.
Entre les deux, on doit encourager qui? On doit supporter qui?
Moi, je ne supporte pas.
Non, tu supportes Malox.
Non, oui, je pas que je supporte Malox, mais je pense que Malox est en train de répondre à une attaque.
Qui a attaqué? Qui a commencé?
C'est Kossi. Quand tu regardes, quand Kossi est assis à la télé, ce qu'il a dit par rapport à Malox.
Il a dit quoi?
Ouais.
Non, il faut se... I don't know.
Il a dit que Malox doit arrêter de chanter, ce n'est plus son temps, il est déjà vieux, machin truc. Tu vois que c'est leur temps aujourd'hui. Et Malox a répondu. Et c'est normal, pourquoi? Parce que
Okay, let me
Quand
ask
tu
you
vois
let me
un
ask you
enfant, moi, je pense...
let me
moi,
ask
je-
you a question.
Oui.
I just want because trust me, il y a différence entre dire que Samuel Eto'o, tu es vieux, tu ne peux pas jouer. Il est vieux.
Les vieux.
Pour le moment, il ne peut
Il
pas
peut plus
jouer. Tu vois, il faut qu'il laisse les autres qui peuvent jouer maintenant. Les enfants là, pas l'autre vieux Aboubakar, les enfants, les vrais enfants, il faut qu'on les laisse jouer.
Aboubakar, c'est un enfant.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm not Aboubakar. I'm saying other people. So, quand Kossi dit, tu dis que Kossi a dit qu'il est vieux, tu vois, est-ce que c'est vrai ou faux?
Non, mais c'est faux.
Il est là depuis combien d'années?
Ce n'est pas les années. En musique, pourquoi Petit Pays continue à chanter?
Non, c'est question d'années.
Mais Petit Pays continue à chanter.
Tu connais,
Tu
connais la dernière fois que Malox a mis une chanson dehors?
Le truc, c'est que Malox d'abord.
Non, I'm just asking.
Non, la dernière fois, c'était quand? C'était l'année passée.
Ok, l'année passée.
Oui.
Donc, c'est plus de 6 mois.
Oui,
alors que for the last 6 months, Kossi has done at least 5 hit songs. Do you know why Kossi said what he said? Do you know why Kossi said what he said?
Go ahead, tell me.
Okay. What he said in that interview was, I feel like now it's time for new leadership. You understand? Malox, vous avez fait votre temps. Jovi, vous avez fait votre temps. All these other guys, Petit Pays, you guys have done your time. You understand? You cannot want to bring your old ideas into a new generation because guess what? What they are doing is they are the ones that are saying, oh, il faut pas chanter comme les chansons qui seraient internationales. Don't sing like Ivorian. Don't sing like... No. This is a new time. We are in globalization. If you are doing anything, if you're selling any product, you're not thinking about Obili only. Where là où tu as fait tes banditismes. Tu vois? You have to think, you have to...
Non, le problème, c'est que ce que j'ai dit comprendre, c'est que moi, je pense que tu es en train de croire que parce qu'on chante pour les gens, on chante, machin. Il faut aussi savoir que même ici aux États-Unis, il y a des enfants bien éduqués qui ont chanté dans la rue. Et ça a donné ce que ça a donné. Je pense que dans cette histoire, Malox a encore beaucoup à donner par rapport à ce qu'il veut faire. Je vais vous dire, c'est Malox. Vous savez, non, laisse Aboubakar. On parle de la musique.
C'est la même chose.
Aboubakar, lui, pouvait encore donner, mais c'est un paresseux.
C'est la même chose.
Parce qu'il a mis dans sa tête. C'est la même chose qu'Aboubakar a mis dans sa tête aujourd'hui avec les autres. Là, que non, on ne peut pas être sur le terrain. Samuel Eto'o vient et c'est lui qu'on praise dans les stades. C'est la même chose qui ont affecté l'Aboubakar aujourd'hui. Ils ont mis les choses dans leur tête comme ça et les journalistes ont apprécié. Mais il faut qu'on dise la vérité. Quand quelqu'un peut encore, laissez-le. Parce qu'on ne pense pas, tu ne peux pas prendre la gloire de quelqu'un.
Qui peut?
Personne ne peut prendre ma gloire, tu ne peux pas prendre ta gloire.
Malox cannot do anything. La preuve, ça fait plus de 6 mois. Il n'a pas mis une chanson. La dernière chanson de Malox, c'était quoi?
Mais Malox a organisé...
Attendez,
Malox a organisé son festival qu'il a organisé là.
Fespam ou quoi là?
Oui, ça a donné... Vous savez combien d'artistes?
Plus que pour Kossi.
Le festival Kossi a donné plus que pour Malox.
Oui.
Kossi a fait un festival.
They stopped that festival is not even Malox festival. It is something that is general. Kossi a fait un conseil. C'était son propre conseil. The other one was more of a festival. Ou c'est Fema Bang, ou c'est whatever.
Est-ce que vous savez que Malox est le premier à remplir le palais de sport?
On ne discute pas. On ne discute pas. C'est comme ça que Samuel Eto'o était le premier à gagner 4 fois le ballon d'or. Mais ça ne veut pas dire qu'il doit jouer aujourd'hui. On doit lui dire ça.
Il faut comprendre.
Oui.
Moi, je dis toujours, il faut qu'on respecte ceux qui viennent avant pour pouvoir voir, pour qu'on soit respecté.
C'est pour ça que malgré le fait qu'il a insulté quelqu'un qui a mis piment, guess what? On lui a vouvouillé quand on voulait lui clasher. Si ce n'est pas ça le respect, donc moi je n'ai pas...
Mais elle a aussi dit que sa femme est stérile.
Non, c'est dans la deuxième chanson. Quand il a fait la première chanson, tu vois, non? On a fait Obili Bandi. Il est bien vrai qu'il est Obili Bandi parce que lui-même, il a confirmé ça. Il a confirmé que oui, j'ai grandi avec les bandits à Obili. Donc, un moyen pour dire que c'est pour ça que j'étais bandit.
Il connaît la rue.
Oui, non, pas question de connaître la rue. Il est bandit. Donc...
non, moi, je ne pense pas.
Ok, guys.
Moi, je pense qu'il connaît la rue. C'est vrai, mais moi, je ne pense pas que c'est un bandit.
Donc, c'est le mot que vous utilisez, n'est-ce pas? Il connaît la rue.
Il connaît la rue.
Et c'est la même chose que le père de l'autre va dire aussi que moi, je connais la rue. Quand tu me tapes, je sais ce qu'on doit faire. Et c'est ce qu'on ne veut pas. au pays. C'est ce qu'on ne veut pas dans notre communauté.
Écoutez, j'ai un fan de Kossi ici et j'ai un fan de Malox ici. Et le match là est très compliqué pour moi d'arbitrer. On va dire, we're just going to say this, man. With having a Malox fan and Kossi fan around here, all we have to say is that, okay, it's the game. They're in their own movement, the hip hop movement, okay? And then they need some emulation. They need some movement around that to sell some records and all of that. If Kossi can challenge Malox to go in the studio and get 2 or 2 sound out, that's good for the game. And then one other thing, if Kossi can rap in French, all right, to tease Malox's pride, that's something good. That means Kossi is stepping the foot into, he's growing bigger because now he's going into another, he's growing his fan base. Because guess what? I'm going to be plain and clear. When you listen to Kossi's song, the research of sound, the Kossi sound can go beyond borders. You understand that? He can sell everywhere. No, I'm talking about the diss track they are talking about. We're talking about something, okay? He can sell about what? That's why I say that this guy is smart. You understand? He's smart. So whenever you throw a stone at him, he take it and makes of it something really profitable to him. And now there's one thing. Kossi is trying to clash Malox in French. That means in a language of Malox. Can Malox do the same? Like trying to getting a track out in English just to answer Kossi? No. Yeah. So we smarter. But by the end, at the end of the day, I'm saying that this is for the game. All right, it's good for them. They are selling, they are having stream views that are both Malox and Kossi, which is good. And then I pointed something out that you see the whole situation make all these people coming out. Even Tenor dish out a soundtrack like today or yesterday. All right. And for me, and this is me, there is nobody, either Kossi or Malox, that can sit at the table of Tenor on that rap issue you guys are talking about. So it is good for the game. Guy, keep going on, sell your diss track, but please educate your fan base. Don't insult them. For them not to insult themselves, okay? You guys are playing a game. It's a game, like you guys are saying.
And that is why, like I was saying, that the reason why I for me, it's not even like because I'm a fan of Kossi, you understand? I understand. I've been listening to rap music for as long as I was a kid. The Tupac, the Biggie, the Eminem, the 50 Cent, all of that. I know what a beef is, you understand? Now, in as much as we are trying to copy something from outside, right? We should understand that, okay, this is a limit. So for me, I even feel like when Malox even said, "Ooh, Yamami Pima," he did not even know what it meant. You know why I say so? Because when they insult the wife, he comes out and says, "Oh, je t'ai attaqué, tu es un faiblard, je t'ai attaqué, tu peux attaquer ma femme." And then in my head, I'm like, oh, donc tu as attaqué sa mère. Tu as insulté sa mère et tu ne connais pas que tu as insulté sa mère. So that's what I'm saying. By the way, they say I did not allow you to answer the question of what has Malox done to the community.
Malox a amené les gens à comprendre que avant, même après avoir fait la musique, tu peux te construire une identité. Malox aujourd'hui emploie. Oui, Malox aujourd'hui emploie.
C'est lui qui a fait ça le premier au Cameroun. Tu dis oui.
Non, je dis par rapport à la jeune génération, par rapport aux jeunes musiciens qui sont sortis aujourd'hui. Bon, allons-y même, rentrons même back en arrière. Il y a quels musiciens en dehors peut-être de petits pays et on va citer même combien, qui ont aidé les jeunes à grandir. Combien?
Quand tu dis aider les jeunes à grandir,
un petit pays au moins a créé peut-être sans visa, un milieu où les enfants grandissent et tout. Malox, lui, il a créé une société où il emploie les gens.
Laquelle?
Ça, là où il,
mais donne le nom.
Le bar, non? Il a son bar. C'est un bar, c'est un snack bar.
Et qu'aussi, en maintenant,
no,
go ahead, let me go ahead.
Tous les deux là, ce sont les gars qui nous envoient même dans les problèmes pour rien. L'autre a la boîte de nuit, l'autre a le bar. C'est quelle jeunesse, mais vous voulez même nous raconter.
Non, ça
c'est l'exemple que vous voulez.
Au moins sur là-bas, on sait au moins que au lieu d'aller voler, comme ses amis du quartier, dans son quartier au Billy faisait,
au lieu de
lui au moins il a opté
au Billy Bandit.
Lui au moins il a opté
de vendre sa bière.
De vendre sa bière.
Okay.
Il a opté.
Et c'est une...
Il est parmi les musiciens qui ont construit les plus belles maisons au Cameroun, avec de la piscine et tout. Il faut comprendre que
Mais
même
il y a
derrière...
des gens qui ont construit la maison et piscine qui
Donc,
ne sont pas...
Non, mais qui ne sont pas musiciens, non pas des musiciens, non pas des artistes.
Ce que vous êtes en train de dire, c'est que it is okay for you to copy the wrong things from the West, do the kind of video. Let me finish. I'm just asking you. What you're saying is that, it doesn't matter how you make your money, so long as you're making the money and you're building your house and you're creating a bar, we don't really care. Just go ahead and make your money, because you're saying Maroc is more of a role model, right?
Nous tous on sait comment Maroc fait pour avoir l'argent. Il chante, il vend ses streams. Il chante.
Et dans la vidéo, il chante quoi?
Je vais vous dire quelque chose qui va vous étonner. Je vais vous dire.
Ta maman.
Je vais vous dire quelque chose qui va vous étonner. J'écoute la musique de Maroc quand il y a des abus. Je ne peux pas rester comme ça, je mets Maroc.
Ça veut dire que quelque part dedans, c'était sa musique qui était en train de jouer dans le bar où la bagarre a commencé.
Je ne sais pas.
S'il vous plaît, n'allons pas là-bas.
Je ne sais pas.
N'allons pas là-bas.
Et moi, je vais dire aussi que chez Kossi, il y a plusieurs sons que je n'arrive pas à suivre.
Pourquoi?
Par exemple, 2 heures spaghetti, je ne sais pas ce que ça veut dire.
Non, mais c'est un bon... Il a eu...
Non,
je ne sais même pas ce que ça veut dire.
Wait. Tell me one Malok song that you listen to all the time.
La bosse.
No, don't help him. Tell me one Malok song that you really like, that you listen to all the time.
Tu as déjà dit que les sons de Malok,
Non, tell me one Malok song.
Il n'y en a pas pour moi.
Tu ne connais même pas les titres de...
Pour moi, il n'y en a pas. Même la bière, c'est combien ici et tout ça, la bosse et tout ça. Moi.
So la bière, c'est combien en 2 heures spaghetti? Quelle est la différence?
Il n'y a aucune différence. C'est ce que je suis en train de vous dire.
Je suis en train de dire quelque chose. Que moi, même si je suis en train de parler pour Malok aujourd'hui,
il est fan. J'ai 2 fans ici. Là,
je sais pas comment parler de Malok aujourd'hui. Il faut qu'il te dise que Malok, je soutiens, mais je n'aime pas ce qu'il propose. Il faut qu'on dise la vérité. C'est un jeune. Je vais dire, je n'aime pas ce qu'il propose parce que ça n'éduque pas. Ça, c'est vrai. Mais pour lui, au lieu d'aller voler et qu'il peut chanter, parce que les Eminem ont chanté ici, les Cisco ont chanté, les trucs, ils ont chanté, ils ont fait la fierté des États-Unis parce qu'ils ont eu même les médailles. Mais si on regarde ce qu'ils chantaient, à l'intérieur de ce qu'ils chantaient, tu vas comprendre qu'il n'y avait rien de bon à l'intérieur. Mais seulement, ça leur a permis de sortir de la rue. Ça leur a permis de quitter où ils étaient. Ça leur a permis de quitter de la rue de Bronx à New York pour se retrouver à la table des riches, au truc des étoiles en Californie. C'est normal. Moi, je dis.
And that is the reason why Kosi was saying, hey, Malox, you have already done your time. You have already shown us that we can do music and become something. Tu es vieux. Votre temps est déjà passé.
And it's wrong.
No,
it's wrong. It's not up to Kosi to tell Malox or to tell any other artist that you don't have to sing anymore.
Let me finish, please. Now, someone is asking, what has Kosi done? You understand? I don't even know if I need to start naming the things that he has done, whether to helping kids go to school. Every year he does that. I don't want to talk about women. I don't want to talk about artists that he brings together every now and then. I don't want to talk about how he goes out there to do certain things. And this is a problem I have with Malox. You understand? And I think this is a problem Kosi has with Malox also. The fact that it is a new generation. We don't want to only do music that will end in Cameroon. We want to do music that will go to Nigeria, will go to Côte d'Ivoire. But what is the Malox mentality? The Malox mentality is, oh, tu pars au Nigeria, oh, vous allez là-bas, suppléer. That kind of like, oh, I don't. There's a group of people in the Anglophone part of Cameroon. I don't want to mention them, but they're always like, we don't want you to go out. We don't want you. No, don't do anything out. Oh, don't use. They are doing even within us Cameroonians. Quand Kosi chante, tu as déjà dit ça ici. You don't like when he sings in French. You like when he sings in English. Who are you to decide how he does his music?
Exactly.
That is my opinion.
Let me finish. But you know that is disrespectful. The same way it was his opinion that Malox, tu es vieux, il faut nous laisser ça. Now, this is my thing, right? Malox can do music. But like I said, when it comes to quality of music and what, there is no Kosi song that you cannot listen at let me say with your kids and whatever. at least. But Malok's 80% of Malok's song, it will be difficult for you to listen in the presence of your kids. Because if they ask you, Papa, ça là, c'est quoi? You're not going to answer.
Malox.
Toridey.
Okay, let me put one in to stop the. You understand? So for Kosi to tell Malox to stop singing because it's a new generation is wrong, and that reminds me the beef that was going on back in the days between these Bikusi singers. They were saying that Kachino was done, and then it was their time. And that time, I think Lady Pons, Majwa Eyi, and Mani Bella, they were really this new generation popping up. You understand?
And we are seeing what they are doing
and
now.
Then, hold on.
Lady.
And then when they told Kachino that, hey, your time has passed, it's our time now. All right. They didn't go to the clash like this. They went to the studio. So Lady Pons moved the first project of Sokwe Sokwe. Most people don't know that there was the first project, all right? And then Kachino went to the studio. She did what she called Bankalize, God in heaven. The first version of Sokwe Sokwe before she went dead with Bankalize. So now you see how people, these artists, they respond to each other. And then Lady Pond went back now and bring this DJ Manu Killer to the song and add some vibes on it. And that's why the song picked. So you understand? So, and it is wrong for some artists to tell the other one that, hey, your time has gone. Some people try that. Even some Sound Visa, you took.
Can I ask you a question before you finish, please?
Let me finish.
No, please.
Go ahead.
Because the thing is, you're talking about Lady Pons and who? What was it? Katino, right?
Yeah.
Was Katino actually going out there, and if Lady Pons is doing something, saying that, oh, Lady Pons, you should not do that, you should not go here, you should not go there?
No, but Kachino never even asked Lady Pons to tell her to stop.
No, let me finish. And that is where I tell you that the problem is. Malox is always online insulting Kosi that he's going to Nigeria, he should not go to Nigeria. Oh, il allait à Côte d'Ivoire, suppléer, tel. Oh, the truth is, Malox is the one that has been attacking Kosi. So at some point in time, the kid was like, you know what, I'm tired of all of this. Your time has passed. Let me do this thing the way I want to do it. That was a simple message.
But, Toridey, depuis quand un artiste nigérian est venu au Cameroun dit que je veux chanter comme les Camerounais?
Okay. Let me finish. Please, let me finish what I was saying. I'll go there. I was going there. Let me finish my own word.
That's the mentality that we have. That is
what I was saying is, like, you understand, we can challenge each other to make us perform better. You understand? Going to sing with some other artists is not bad. It's not really bad at all. No. I mean, it's a mix of culture. Out of it, we get some good sound music out, which is really good. It makes these artists from this country or from the other country, they grow. They learn more about the culture of each
we're
other.
Living in America.
And then now, back in the days, now let's go back to the basics. That's what we've been saying. Back in the days, you remember Sam Fantoma?
Yeah.
Who sung Dance, yeah, African TP collection. That sound was all over Africa.
Yep.
You understand?
Yeah.
Do you remember all these artists, Prince Didier Yango?
Yeah.
All their
even
songs,
the Petit Pays,
all their songs were going viral in Africa. So now,
today Nigerians are still dancing Makossa.
Why is it now? Let me land. Yeah. Why is it now the Cameroonian music is no more exported to the other? That's because we are trying to copy from the outside.
Thank you.
Let's come back to the basics.
Okay.
We know our sound in Cameroon. We have Makossa. We have Bikutsi.
We have
Bensikin. We have Asiko.
Yeah, I need to answer you.
Mangambo. What have we done to portray our music? Or, I mean, let's say even to improve and import this kind of sound to add on it so that our music will still be relevant to this country in Africa, that they will come and they'll bring their own artists to say, hey, let me link myself to this music because they are doing good. Most of this, before I finish, most of these songs were copying even the line of guitar from Cameroonian music. Even all of this, this African Cup of Nation that just part in Ivory Coast. You see that guy that did Coup de Marteau, he get like a golden disc with that, all right? The music came from a Cameroonian music,
Mm-hmm.
from Elvis Kemayo,
Mhm.
where he sang, I think it's 82, something
Mhm.
like that. So this is why I'm saying that this fight is just for their stomach, both of them.
Innocent.
And let me finish, bro.
Mhm.
We have a very serious platform to be talking this stuff because they are fighting for their stomach. I'm telling you, be it Kosi or Malox, they are fighting for their own stomach. If you want to do something for the culture in Cameroon, let's reflect on our own cultural and musical heritage. How can we improve it and export it outside? Don't go and copy other songs and bring it in. That's my point.
Innocent, and that's the mistake we are making. I'll tell you any day, anytime. Let me explain. Number one, where you say there was a time when Cameroonian music was all over Africa, how would he have felt if while Petit Pay and all the likes of all of them wanted to take that music over there, and the people were like, oh, no, we don't want your music, take your music away. You understand? Music is something that you listen to and you connect to. There is nothing like, oh, this is what we must do. For me, I feel like that's a tribalistic mindset that is killing our community. I'll give you a simple example, right? Kosi is a Cameroonian who has decided I will sing my song in French. And you're yet telling me, oh, Kosi should not be singing in French.
No, I did not say you should not go singing in French. I said,
yes,
me, I prefer you sing in English.
Let me finish my point. So my point is, this is an artist. This is somebody who is creative. You understand? And they sat in their creative space and they're like, this is what I think is good. And guess what? That is what he has been doing to have back-to-back hit songs. And you are sitting here and you're telling him that, oh, you prefer that he should sing in. The same thing Malox is trying to do. Why Kosi is feeling like, you know what? I feel like I need to go to Nigeria, build relationships, go to Cote d'Ivoire, build relationships, go to all these places so I can transport my music from here to there. I'll give you an example. I'll ask you a question and I want you to answer in one word. Beside Credit Alert, tell me one Kosi song that is not Cameroonian. Beside Kosi Credit Alert. Every Kosi song either has Bikosi in it, or has some kind of Makosa in it, or has some kind of whatever in it. This is my point, especially with what you said about our people should focus more on their music, right? Sing more of our. It can never work like that because this is 2025, and you have Cameroonians who are living in America. You have Americans who are living in Ghana. You have Ghanaians who are living in South Korea. It's a completely different world. Why are we not dressed like a Bamileke or an Oroko man? You understand? So we decide to dress like this because we feel like this is comfortable for this particular situation. But then we want, oh no, when it comes to music, our people should be doing music like we are in 1955. It can never work like that. Let me just address this person. Boumia Bell, he said no one ever told Amarize to stop singing because of her age. It was wrong. Like I said, Kosi did not just wake up and say Malox should stop singing. It is because Malox has been attacking his brand again and again. When he goes to Nigeria, Malox will post, oh, they should play the Nigerian. Oh, blah, 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 blah. If you continue to attack me like that, I will attack you. That's that first part. We are not comparing their glories. Kosi is singing for first and second mass. Malox is entertaining the street. Who rap pass, Nobi, who make and pass. So this is a problem with us, right? We are always wanting to push a particular narrative because we favor some particular persons. And that is the reason why you will never hear me sit and say Malox is not a good artist. You will never hear me sit and say this man is not a good artist. Because at the end of the day, if whatever they are doing is captivating a particular group of people, my only concern is going to be what we talked about earlier. You understand? We have a community, we have a society, we have cultures, we have principles, if we can try to, at the end of the day, that is what they actually putting us in all of this mess. Like I said earlier, right? You guys agree that it is because of the system of education that they have imposed on us that we're having all the problems that we're having today. And guess what? If we did not do rap music, which is actually not really our thing, you understand? If we decided to do only Ben Sikin and maybe Bikusi, they're always singing that kind of stuff. And okay, no, I don't know why this guy is. No, give me 1 second again. Hello, Baba. Are they live now? So have you called you back, Abeg? So what I was just trying to say is, whether we like it or not, if we are going to succeed, if we are going to grow as a community, right, we must try to build something around our roots. We must try to be so. And for the way me, I respect the beef between Kosi and Malox. I respect Kosi a little bit. Because if person come, can coach my mommy Pima, bro, from day one at the moment collapse. But it come, if you listen to the song Obili Bandi, if vous voyez Malox, he not talk anything disrespectful. Nasty Malox, if fan, they can't talk, say, oh, like it over here, right? Oh, la rue, oh, il n'est pas un enfant qui a grandi dans le, how they call him? Fence, for French.
Le portail.
Le portail. Oh, il ne connaît même pas. Alors maintenant, il sort la machette, il vous prouve que je suis un enfant de Kumba, je suis un fiango.
Mais
Malox commence à crier, oh, tu as ma femme.
Tu es en train de parler là depuis de Kosi. Je pense que tu es en train de vouloir mettre Kosi en haut. Mais
non, il est déjà en haut.
Il est en haut par rapport à qui?
Let me explain.
Il est en haut par rapport.
Let me explain. Especially this year, Kosi has a song that has 12 million views. It's not up to 2 months. 12 million views. Every month, Kosi has at least put out a song. If he did not put out a song, he featured on a song, and the song was actually successful. For the last 6 months, Kosi is the one person that has dropped back-to-back hits in Cameroon. The one artist that has featured so many artists. That's the reason why his concert was successful. Besides Kosi, even the concert of Petit Pays the other day was not as c'était pas plein comme pour Kosi.
Non, mais quand tu dis que Malox, je vais arriver. Quand tu dis que Malox chante ou bien c'est la rue ou bien quoi c'est ça. Mais je vais te dire que ton caleçon fait quoi chez moi là? Tom, tu peux suivre ça avec tes enfants. Ce n'est pas Kosi.
Hein?
Ton caleçon fait quoi chez moi? Elle a dit que machin. Tu peux suivre ça avec tes enfants.
Oui, non.
Tu peux suivre le morceau avec tes enfants.
Ton caleçon
fait quoi chez moi?
Yeah.
I like it because
so wait.
Il faut dire que même Kosi, c'est qu'il est en train de chanter aujourd'hui.
So what you actually trying to tell me is
ce que Kosi chante même aujourd'hui là. Moi, je ne vais pas mentir. Il y a peut-être 2 ou 3 sons de Kosi que j'ai peut-être me suis assis comme ça.
Tu ne connais même pas d'abord les chansons de Malox.
Non, je connais toutes les chansons de Malox.
Donne-moi 3 titres.
De Malox?
Oui.
Et à la bière, c'est combien ici?
10 ans déjà. Ça
c'est
fait au
pas
moins
un
10
problème,
ans.
c'est un titre.
Yeah, go ahead.
La bosse.
How many years? I think c'est 8 ans ou c'est 9 ans. Go ahead. Another, the last one. Ouais, tu dis...
Tu vas dire écouter.
C'est pour te prouver. C'est pour te prouver qu'il est vieux.
Non, il est vieux comment?
Non. So,
il est vieux comment?
Toi,
tu vas dire Petit P aujourd'hui. Quelqu'un qui fait Marco, ça va dire Petit P. Et je reviens même dans ce que tu es en train de dire. Je reviens, tu as dit que c'est mieux qu'il faut aller prendre les musiques ailleurs. Vous comprenez? Si les petits pays, les maths Alliance, les maths Zambo et tout ça, aller prendre ailleurs. Qui devait connaître
information, Petit P was doing.
Qui devait connaître la nôtre?
Petit P was doing Makosa Zouk.
Si tu vends la
Let me tell you. Petit P was doing Makosa Zouk. Zouk is not a Cameroonian music. Petit P was doing Makosa Zouk. Zouk is not a Cameroonian music. True or false?
Zouk?
Yes, it's not a Cameroonian music. Zouk is not Cameroonian music.
Zouk, c'est les dérivés du Makosa.
No, Zouk is not Cameroonian music.
Parce que nous avons
Zouk is coming from this island. I forgot.
Nous avons le Makosa Seben.
Yeah.
Nous avons le Sebens au Cameroun.
See, we have Makosa. Don't say Makosa Seben. We have Makosa. We have Bikusi. We have Ben Sikin. We have all. That is what we have.
Asiko.
Guess what? Even back in the days, even in the 80s, the Manu Dibangos will collect from somewhere.
Okay, guys. Yes. Let me ask you this question.
Yes.
Have you been following Field Bill this time around? Field Bill.
Yes.
You see the kind of music he's putting out now.
Yes.
It's a very authentic music.
Yes.
Drawn from Asiko, right?
Yes.
That is working.
Yes.
So that's
not only from Asiko. Même un peu de
Bikusi.
Is it not working?
That's what I'm saying. That these people that are saying rap or all of that it's good because it's creating an emulation around it, and they are making their money, making their life and their family better. It's good. We always want to see people successful, but as a cultural heritage, we are not getting anything from it. I'd rather right now, like I'm telling you, follow Field Bill, because Field Bill is proposing something that your parent, when he listens, a little bit of Asiko in here, I can get it. The young generation and the young generation find this modern beat making and all of that in there, and then they makes it very digestive. Or you understand? So, and there's another lady, I think it's Chris M, that took Ben's skin, put a little bit of that mixture, cook something out of it, and then he's dishing and she's dishing it out. So this is what I'm saying. But now, the game that they are doing, for me, that's how rap game, if we want to say, should work. It out of how you call it, clashes. They do the clash to create a certain.
Can I say something?
And that's why we're sitting here talking about it.
You know, so you know that I'm not as smart as you. When I have something in my head, I just want to say it. So I'm not as smart as you. And that is the concern Kosi has. Guess what? If Kosi has 10 hit songs, you know who produced 7 of them?
That's him.
Few beats.
Oh, yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Whether it's with Fadil Associé or it's Deux Spaghetti or the person who did all the hit songs is Few Beats. Kosi have sat down with Few Beats and they have realized that there is something new, there's something different that we can do. You understand? But guess what? There's this guy who is selling beer and used to be some criminal in Obili. You understand? The guy is only insisting that no, on a seulement arrêter là, oh la bière c'est combien ici. Like,
so you're trashing Malox like that, you will say bandit. Now, if this guy start trashing Kosi, you guys
no, he cannot even trash Kosi because he doesn't even have the facts.
How? Do you have the fact that Malox was a bandit?
Kosi lui a appelé Obili bandit. Dans sa réponse, il a dit oui, j'ai grandi avec les bandits. Pour dire que
it doesn't mean he's a bandit.
Non, je confirme que je suis bandit.
It doesn't mean that he's a bandit. Moi, j'ai grandi dans un quartier où tous les enfants volaient.
Now we understand why you're with Malox.
J'ai grandi dans un quartier.
Maintenant, on comprend pourquoi tu as Malox.
J'ai grandi dans un quartier. Il ne faut pas qu'on dise, j'ai grandi dans un quartier quand tu entends parler de Bilongué ou Bepanda.
Avec les bandits.
Il y a tout le monde là-bas. Tous les enfants.
Et tu n'as jamais même touché.
Je n'ai jamais
volé, non? Tu veux quitter?
Non, je n'ai jamais.
Bro.
Jamais.
Bro.
Je dis bien jamais. Oui.
Maintenant, on comprend maintenant pourquoi.
And that's the point. Exactly. You guys are making the point. So Kosi has a fan base that really identified themselves to the music of Kosi, to the background of Kosi, to the life of Kosi. And then Malox has a fan base with these kind of people that they really identify to the background of Malox, the music of Malox, whatsoever Malox sings, they see themselves in that music. So that's why I'm saying that it's a good thing. But I will ask Kosi and Malox, make sure to educate your fan, may they not fight when they see each other because of you guys. Just tell them that, yeah, you are in the game and that's how the game works. Kosi is doing a very good music that people like. All right. Malox has his own fan base doing a certain type of music that people do like. All right. No, I'm not even saying he used to, because right now they put this track out there. Both of them, they're almost, I think, 200,000 views.
That's because the diss track.
Exactly. So they are creating. So if you see somebody music that comes out with somebody that you say that is out of time or is outdated, and then you have 200,000 in 2 days. I mean, you have certain people that will listen. Exactly. It created a certain interest. So let's respect both artists, okay? And say, guy, keep the game on, keep it clean, all right? Don't go down low to the keep it clean, play your game, make
that's even another thing. That's another thing. Malox know very well whatever thing is happening right now is benefiting more of him.
Of course.
Because at the end of the day, the career was dead more than 6 months.
We never say they fight already. When they fight with you, my brother.
When they fight now, then they know when they'll kiss someone. They will only come on social media. Can't say where you
want to enter statistics,
bro. These people are, like he said, they are doing their music and they're making their money. And for me, and the one thing I really like about this is, like you said earlier, right? Now the fact is, you don't bring that conversation back for rap music for Cameroon and things like that. People in there, they comment say, no, you don't talk question at tenor. So man go watch the video and I say, but who be that tenor? You understand? So other man don't say, oh, Jovi don't drop music. And so other man say, okay, who be the Jovi? And this and that. And that is why I keep saying all of them get to go thank
Kosi with this clash.
Why? Because Kosi na the picking way, he come up for no place, no man no help. He don't struggle away from me. Wait song the way do he start do it Kale song. He do it this, he do it that, he do all of that. So get all the hit songs them. Go for Nigeria, go market yourself. Go for Cote d'Ivoire, go market yourself and everything. Gather all this following, right? You know how many people don't coach Malox for the last? Let me finish, please. You know how many people don't coach Malox for the last 2 months? You know why not trend? Because it be Kosi.
Yeah,
and I feel bet you say, Kosi na Jesus, right?
Hey,
for my finish. Kosi na Jesus of their generation.
How?
Before Kosi was open up, man tell you something. No.
Big word, Master.
Man tell you
Big
something.
word.
Man tell you something. Man tell you something. No. Before Kosi was open up, before you go for that studio, right? He talk to a talk. He know very well the effect we go get him.
For sure.
Fadil Osose be there for a concert, right? That way we come to Toridey, know what you talk about Fadil Osose.
You say no anyone work.
You know the burst will be claimed because but guess what? Fadil Osose realized and say, hey, this man is creating a burst for me to put out song.
Yeah,
and then guess what?
Just
now the same thing Kosi do am with Malok. The problem now will be that say after this, Malok go do hit song. He go still go do la bière come here see. He go sing.
By
the way, I want to ask you now.
Yeah.
The coming in of other people.
Tenor and Jovi.
Tenor don't just talk.
No, he dropped song.
It dropped song.
It dropped song. Very hard one. Go
really?
follow. Go follow. It dropped something.
I know. Tenor na my guy.
Jovi go drop some very hard one.
No, Jovi is super talented.
No, my man.
You understand? Jovi is super talented. For me, if you ask my opinion, and I'll be honest, Jovi was not even supposed to jump into this thing.
Yeah, he's too big for that.
You know, he is too
big
another
for
thing
that.
That way when we talk
he's too
they'll
big for
say,
that.
oh, now wait. Guess
too
what?
Big for that.
It did like how way two Makosa artists and now they feel say na me be king, na me be this, and then Petit Pay one go enter.
But like say Jovi get a personal beef with Kosi.
No, he not get no personal beef with Kosi.
So wait, it happened. He not even supposed for jump into this matter.
Explain that for you. Just that mentality will get that for Cameroon, right? Where the grandfather they no one shift. You understand? They don't already do that.
When they drop music, they don't want shift no.
Then they drop the music, nothing they happen. You understand? They drop the music, nothing they happen. They don't realize say now when the beef then also where I will come make them. See no. Jovi no get nothing to prove when it comes to that rap scene.
No,
nothing.
No, nothing.
So for you now, you can drop this song. So you mention Kosi, you mention the people. For me, what he should have done. Sorry, I don't want to go too long. Mark close. What Jovi should have done, right? Should have been more of an advice. You understand? Do a rap song that doesn't come out as a diss song, but more of an advice. Oh, Kosi, you are good, but don't you think if you do it like this, you understand? Like you come like Papa, and you can't teach them. But when you come and then you start to say, do you want to push belly, do you want to this, and you not give any advice, I don't be like you rate. And one other thing, I'll tell Jovi fans them. One other thing when I don't favor understand and say with him. When you be leader like Jovi, where you don't be for the game for more than 15 years, you don't do all kind of things, you get all kind of albums and everything, and every kind of situation day, and then instead for you stay you for back watch them, and then maybe if you go for some interview, they ask you, you give your opinion, should you quiet? You feel like now this song go fit settle the situation or go prove a point. It means you're a failure. You know what I told you you're a failure. You be careful, don't train picking away. Now, one of your picking, either Tata or Mike Monster or Young Holiday or Cleo Gray. Now, one of that picking the way don't inspire them. Now, they go can answer on your behalf. When you can answer, right, it shows you never do anything for training or picking. My end at this point, Petit Pay had a concert. And during that concert, I don't know if I don't see that video where they say, oh, je sais pas pourquoi vous êtes peur de parler. Moi, dans mon temps, j'avais chanté. You don't see that? You never see that video? Il te dit j'avais chanté, you don't see him?
Oh, where we talk about the government?
Yes, j'avais chanté, j'ai même chanté, même le chef d'État meurt, and this and that. And people were praising him. Do you know how I look at that video? Hypocrisy. If you actually Petit Pays, you actually sat down students, right? You teach them how they do music. You teach them what to be the role of an artist. You teach them everything. You don't need to stand for that place. You talk and say, may they go sing. They would already do them.
My answer you for that one. You know, Petit Pays has this Sound Visa Academy. You understand? He've trained several artists that you know. So we cannot give that. We cannot beef Petit Pays on that one. And then there's one thing.
You don't understand me.
I do. Let me finish. You understand where I'm going. And then Petit Pays has a voice. He's a voice. You understand? And when something comes out of the mouth of Petit Pays, the same echo that it has is not as if mathematics will say the same thing, will be the same thing. So I don't blame him for saying that. I sang back in the day that même le chef d'État meurt, ça ne va pas et tout ça. You understand? Et il a fait, after the accident of Ezeka, that train, when the train derailed and killed people, he made a track that most of people don't know. Peur dans la cité. when you listen to this track, he's telling you exactly what is going on in this government. So most people, so when he says that, it doesn't mean that he's too big for that, but because it's not that coming from his mouth, like you say now. Let me take the example. You say now that Kosi is in this position where he's so influential. So whenever he says something, he's going to create this emulation we're seeing right now, and which is true. So Petit Pays understand that, and I keep telling all these young artists, if you want to understand what musical marketing is, go to Petit Pays, go sit
everything Kosi is doing now. Petit Pays did it 40 years ago,
and then you learn. Then now let me come back to Jovi. I agree with you that Jovi is bigger than this. You understand? And when back in the days when I remember we were watching STV, there was this guy that was promoting this urban music, Valerie. I don't know if you remember, with dreadlocks like that. Tito Valerie, exactly. And then I saw Jovi back in the days hitting hard rap on the he was putting out music that was really hard, not just hard rap, but really a mixture of our own cultural sound. You understand? And then he was dishing it out. So when we are talking about rap, all these artists, you should give at least a credit or throw flowers on Jovi, because he opened the way, all right, for rap. Apart from Jovi that opened the way for this hardcore life, we were having just French-speaking rappers like Accent Grave, like Crotal. Remember in the day, back in the day, Tony Nobody. Even Tony Nobody, when he heard Jovi rapping, he put himself aside and said, "No, this one is a different level."
I like what you said now. Like when he heard Jovi rapping, the young guy, he put himself aside. But Malox doesn't want to put himself aside.
Let Malox put himself aside. Let him decide it.
Kosi is not the rapper.
It's not about rap. Malox is not a rapper. What
are you talking about?
Hold on, guys. Hold on. It's a personal decision.
Kosi is not the rapper.
Hold on. Tony Nobody decided on himself to put himself out. Nobody told him to do so. So allow Malox when time comes.
So we should allow Kobia also. When he can't say that deux songs.
What are you going to do? So you think that in 92 now he still want to represent himself?
So what I'm just saying is, if Kobia wants to go to 200 years, we should allow him also, right?
So, okay, let's not allow him. Let's go and vote. Let's register on this electoral and vote against him. That is
the same thing Kosi was doing, bro. The system
Kosi is not the God to come and say you are own. Let the fan base or the fan, me as a fan, say, Malox, you own, go right.
You know how you already know that he's old, and you're already saying it.
Now
you cannot even cite three Malox songs.
Yeah, plantain. Le plantain. Man, le plantain. Le plantain.
It took you 2 hours.
Le plantain. Not 2 hours.
It took you 2 hours. You named 2 songs from 10 years ago.
Tu m'étouffes. Moi, tu ne veux pas me laisser parler. Jovi, vous dites que Jovi est entré dans le game. Jovi n'est pas entré dans le game. Jovi a juste dit, écrit, j'ai à Kosi, tu ne peux pas te comparer en matière de rap à Malox.
C'est pas ce qu'il a dit.
C'est ce qu'il voulait dire.
Non, on ne dit pas c'est ce qu'il voulait dire, c'est pas ce qu'il a dit. Au contraire, ce qu'il a dit, c'est que Kosi n'est pas tellement mauvais. Malox, tu es nul. C'est ce qu'il a dit. Pas seulement dans la chanson, même dans ses tweets. Il a dit que l'autre là, tu ne passes même pas à côté.
C'est ce qu'il a vu le message, pour un message de Jovier. Il a dit que Kosi, tu ne peux pas. J'ai vu maintenant le deuxième message. Et attendons, le problème c'est que tous ces gars ont profité de ce buzz.
Mais c'est bon
que Kosi a créé, n'est-ce pas?
Oui, c'est bon que ce soit Kosi, que ce soit Malox.
You want to repeat that Kosi.
It is good for the game.
The funny thing is that you're talking about the
Oh. Pourquoi me tout? Ils ont profité du buzz de l'instant.
Tu vas apprendre à parler.
Je vais dire quelque chose qui est important. C'est la force mentale de Malox. Parce que si Malox n'avait pas répondu, ce truc n'avait pas venu. Parce que Malox, d'abord, quand il dit quelque chose, regardons même d'abord le problème de l'autre, on l'appelle comment là, Prince Aimé. Quand Malox a mis sa bouche dedans, tout a changé. Il faut respecter quelqu'un comme Malox.
Si tu entres dans le problème, tu auras des problèmes personnels avec moi. Moi, je vais te dire quelque chose parce que
On
il y a
ne
les opportunités que Prince Aimé a perdues à cause de cette histoire-là.
Il veut même parler de quoi, je ne sais même pas.
Je vais te dire un truc. Je vais vous dire un truc. Si vous voulez, on ne va pas arriver là-bas. Parce que si on va arriver là-bas, on va aller depuis le début. Parce que moi, je connais Prince Aimé depuis 2004.
Ce n'est pas question de Prince Aimé. Ce n'est pas question de Prince Aimé. Malox a fait Prince Aimé.
On va arriver là-bas. Nous ne sommes pas encore là-bas. On va arriver là-bas.
Bro, ce n'est pas question de Prince Aimé.
Toridey, fais une émission, on parle de Malox avec Prince Aimé.
Ce n'est pas question de Prince Aimé.
Bon, maintenant, ce que
Malox,
attends,
Malox qui voit, Malox qui peut lire, il prend un contrat qui est complètement un piège pour Prince Aimé. Au lieu de dire que mon frère,
ne signe pas ça.
Je ne signe pas et I'm asking you to not sign. Il signe parce qu'il savait que pour le buzz, il allait gagner. What are you talking about?
Sur le stream. So let's not go there.
Let's not go there, man.
C'est pour ça que je dis que nous n'arrivons pas encore là-bas. Parce que même quand on va arriver là-bas, musicalement parlant, il y a beaucoup de gens qui ont été perdants dans cette histoire. Parce que les gens n'ont pas voulu suivre.
Les gens comme
les gens n'ont pas voulu suivre.
Moi,
réalité.
le seul perdant là-dedans, c'est Prince.
C'est Prince Aimé.
C'était une parenthèse. Je dis ceci. Malox, je disais, c'était pour dire que Malox, la voix de Malox pèse. Parce que Malox,
il s'appelle pour amener les gens dans les problèmes.
La voix de Malox, qu'ils mettent des gens dans les problèmes ou qu'ils ne mettent pas les gens dans les problèmes, la voix de Malox pèse. Aujourd'hui, il faut respecter Malox parce que si Malox dit quelque chose, que ce soit à ta défaveur ou en ta faveur, ça va prendre. Mais qu'aussi dit quelque chose aujourd'hui, on va. Mais c'est pour ça que.
What are you talking about? The person who started the bus was Kosi.
Il a lancé un truc, il a lancé une attaque.
Mais c'est une bonne chose, non?
What are you talking about?
Non, attendez,
Do you know how many people have insulted Malox and ça n'a rien donné?
Attendez, je finis.
Bro, Kosi is a messiah.
What? Big word, bro. Big word.
Kosi is a messiah.
Avec quoi? Il a chanté quoi d'important?
Il n'a rien chanté, mais guess what?
Il a chanté quoi d'important?
Mais guess what? À cause de lui, Malox a sorti 2 chansons. Dans 2 semaines. Quelqu'un qui avait 6 mois sans sortir une chanson. À cause
lui, il n'a pas sorti sa part. Lui, il n'a pas chanté.
Et en dehors de ça, il a sorti plus de 10 chansons.
Lui, il n'a pas chanté.
That's what I'm telling you.
Les 10 chansons disent quoi?
Les 10 chansons disent quoi? C'est pas question de dire quoi, c'est les hit songs.
Les hit là disent quoi? C'est hit là disent quoi?
Ça dit plantain, ça dit la bière, ça dit les trucs comme ça.
Moi, je
try to compare two people who are almost doing the same thing. What are you talking about?
You guys. Je dis toujours ceci. Il faut qu'on se comprenne.
Non, et personne ne gagne dans ce match.
Non.
Vous comprenez en fait, pas que personne ne gagne, les deux gagnent. Je vous ai dit que le clash, c'est très bien. C'est une très bonne émulation pour la musique.
Tu sais ce qui a tué l'équipe nationale aujourd'hui?
Non, n'entre pas là.
Non, je vais arriver. C'est un exemple. Vous savez ce qui a tué l'équipe nationale aujourd'hui? Aujourd'hui, nous sommes assis aujourd'hui en train de dire que les Aboubakar, Vincent, les machins, les gars d'eux, ce qui les a.
On est en train de dire quoi? Fini.
Attends, je vais finir.
Non, fini, c'est qu'on est en train de dire.
Ce qui a affecté ces gars-là, c'est parce qu'ils ont vu que quand Samuel est au milieu d'eux, on presse Samuel Eto'o. Et c'est la même chose qui arrive à Kosi. Parce que Kosi, quand il arrive quelque part, c'est Malox qu'on appelle le nom.
No, that's not true. That's not true. I'm not asking.
Même si c'est le cas.
Let me tell you something. Let me say something. Let me tell you something. Samy de Boston. Maybe Malox is your friend ou parce que toi aussi tu as grandi dans le même environnement que lui. Des trucs comme ça. Je sais que toi tu n'as pas oublié quelque chose, mais lui il a oublié Bangui. Mais let me tell you something, right? Kosi, Chris M, Phil B, you understand? They are the new generation, and if you look at it, we can even add Salatiel.
Yeah.
We can add Tenor.
Salatiel is even
bigger. We can add Tenor, and all the problem that Tenor has faced all this while, you understand? They are at that level. Whether I would like it or not, we have to tell them, hey, you see this music thing? You guys, Charlotte Dipana, old generation, but guess what? We can tell them that, hey, you guys understand these things differently. You understand? You know how it works with TikTok. You know how it works with Facebook. I can bet you any day, any time. When Kosi went to that TV station and he said what he said, he was very sure
he was aware
that
of
he was going to create the... I've interviewed Kosi on Toridey. You understand? I understand his mindset. I've had conversation. You were there, right?
Mhm.
You listen to somebody who's always talking about we need to do everything to put
This industry a
Guess
little
what?
bit
You
higher.
remember when he was going to Nigeria?
Mm.
He had one of the biggest Nigerian influencers on the live, and the guy asked him, "Hey, bro, this your music career alert is making waves in Nigeria. Man, you're really good." He said, "Oh, you think I'm good?" Guess the names that he called: Malox, Jovi, Stanley. Go and watch online. You will see repeatedly he's calling Malox king.
No, to be honest, I've seen an interview of Kosi where he's praising Malox, that Malox opened the door for artists like him to come in. So that's why I'm saying that all of this is something, they call it the game. They are just playing the game to open. You see, we've spent almost 2 hours talking about them. You understand? And then it's making them trending, which is good for the game, for their movement. You understand? Which is good for them. So, and like I say, Boom Yebe, please don't start fighting you you guys over there, you and Kosi fan and Malox fan. Don't fight each other, because what they are doing is very planned. It's a strategy to you guys to talk about them, make the movement alive again, so that they sell more record, they have more stream and more money, of course. You understand? So that's the game. And I praise Kosi to be the one that emulated, that started it. And now I even thank Kosi even more, because people like Jovi, they are coming back singing, because I was missing Jovi rap, because I'm telling you.
Fait où c'est combien de mois, il n'a jamais sorti une chanson. Maintenant, à cause de Kosi.
Mais Jovi, ce n'est même pas le, il dépasse même le king. Donc, Jovi, c'est un maréchal.
C'est en haut, il est en haut.
Jovi, c'est un maréchal.
Let's conclude. If Kosi was sitting right here, right now, what would you say to him?
I'll tell him, I like what you are doing, but don't go on that way. That is not for you. It's not for him.
Dis en français.
I like what you are doing.
Si Kosi était assis ici maintenant.
C'est ce que je suis en train de dire. Kosi, I like what you are doing, but don't go on that way. That way is not for him. That's all.
Si Malox était assis maintenant ici en français, tu allais lui dire quoi?
J'allais dire à Malox, il connaît comment le rap se passe, il sait ce que c'est que le rap, mais il n'avait pas besoin de se lever avec son petit frère. Il devait le laisser. Mais aujourd'hui, plus que de son petit frère.
Quand il est dit, il a peut-être 2 ans d'écart seulement.
C'est pas ça le problème même. Kosi est le petit frère de Malox dans la musique. Ça, c'est clair. Il y a les gars que j'ai appris à tenir la guitare aujourd'hui qui jouent même plus que moi. Mais quand ils me voient, ils savent que voilà celui qui nous a appris à plaquer le dos à la guitare. Ça, c'est clair. Le jour, il va refuser ça. Il va savoir que lui et moi, ça veut dire qu'il a pris, il va avoir la gloire. Mais déjà, quand quelqu'un t'a donné même, je dis même la petite chambre, voilà ce qu'on dit toujours aux gens. Ici aux États-Unis, quand quelqu'un te donne même seulement le petit banc que tu te couches quand tu viens d'arriver, you have to praise him because it's not easy.
No, it's a praise.
Innocent. What would you, if Kosi was sitting here?
So, parce que Malox a ouvert la route pour que les Kosi arrivent aujourd'hui. Kosi ne peut pas se lever de parler de Malox comme il parle d'un enfant. Ça, ce n'est même pas logique.
Like I said earlier, Kosi is not the one who started the whole thing. If you go online, you will see 1,000 interviews. Même quand il est venu ici, à Toridey, je lui ai posé la question. Par rapport à Jovi, il a parlé quelque chose comme ça là. Par rapport aux autres, il a parlé à Fadil Associé. Mais Malox, il a dit que Malox c'est le king. And blah, 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 blah. Like I said, Malox is the one who started attacking him. Attacking his Nigeria this, Nigeria that, blah, 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 blah. If Malox was sitting here right now, Innocent, what would you say to him?
Qu'est-ce que je vais lui dire? What would I say, man? I would just say, man, you have your own, you found your way.
Français.
Tu as trouvé ton chemin, suis-le. Il y a les gens qui te suivent. Nombreuses sont ces personnes-là qui te suivent. Et tu as toujours été assez intelligent pour tirer ton épingle du jeu, malheureusement. Donc, continue de faire ton travail, mais éduque ta fanbase pour qu'ils ne se mettent pas à bagarrer dehors là. Tu connais ton business et tu le gères très bien. Donc, c'est ce que je te dirais.
If Kosi was sitting in front of you, what would you tell him?
No, I'll tell Kosi that, man, you are a serial hit maker. You are one of the most influential artists of your generation. Keep doing the great work. Keep opening doors for your peers, all right? Keep producing. Give us those sweet music to our ears, all right? And then the sky is your limit. Keep going.
As for me, je vais dire au Billy Bandi, mon frère, mon
God.
frère. Mon
Quand tu vas dire tout au Billy Bandit, tu vas
said,
me provoquer.
you said, no, you had your chance. You would have said Cosinet or whatever you want, right?
Je ne peux pas dire ça parce
Non,
que je respecte
non, tu
l'artiste.
peux dire ça. Votre role model, il dit ça, donc tu peux dire ça. Monsieur, mademoiselle Obili Bandi, s'il vous plaît, vous avez fait votre temps. Ça fait plus de 8 mois qu'il n'y a aucune chanson de toi. On te coûte nulle part en dehors du tout que tu as fait ou c'est effacement, barreau, quoi là. Tu vois, donc ça veut dire que tu es un peu, pas tellement vieux, mais la musique t'a quitté un peu. On sait, quand ça quitte dans l'esprit, tu commences à parler seulement et c'est ce que tu fais. Depuis le mois, tu ne fais que poster. Et au moins 200 posts chaque jour. Tu es devenu influenceur, comme Kossi a dit. Il faut te respecter et tu restes là-bas. La musique, c'est pour les Kossi, les Chris M, les Ténors, les what's his name? Phil Beats. Voilà les gens qui sont en train de créer quelque chose qui va nous amener à l'international comme avant. Donc, reste là, tu peux. Si tu es fatigué de faire la musique, tu peux rentrer à Obili, continue ce que tu avais commencé avant. C'est tout ce que je peux dire. For Kosi, bro, if you ask my opinion, you shouldn't have even responded to my looks. You are too big, you are too respectful, you are up there. You are not even supposed to do it. Just let him do whatever he wants to do. You do your music and you move on. You did whatever you did in the interview, and I know you were in the intention was to just create the buzz that you have created now. You brought Teno out of wherever he was. You brought Malox out of wherever he was. You brought Jovi out of wherever he was. And I see all these young rappers. And that is one other thing I wanted us to talk about, but we don't have time. I see young rappers, instead of them actually showcasing their talent, they are trying to insult Kosi and Malox and Jovi. And I'm like,
I mean, that's why we talk about the education, man.
thank you guys.
Malik said something.
Malik is always going to talk about.
You see, Malik, you see
how
how
Malik was vibing. Kosi was still washing plate in Kumba. Don't disrespect the legend. And I don't deny.
Thank you, Papa.
And I don't. Why are you saying thank you, Papa?
Thank you, Papa.
Did I say here that Malox is not a legend? I said Malox is a legend, but there is a point where
no,
there is a point where
Malik, you said where
Malox. I'm not saying
Malox. Kosi fan.
I'm a Kosi fan, and that is the why I'm saying Malox, you have done your time. Malox, you have done your time. The only problem I have with Malox, let me be honest, right, is the fact that he belongs to this group of people who feel like, oh, they're not doing music, but I want you to tell other people what to do. Bro,
he's not doing music. Huh? What is not Sako? Who is not doing music?
Malox, depuis 6 mois, il a fait quelque chanson. What is the new song of Malox? Besides the 2 songs that he dropped, the 2 diss track, what is the new song of Malox?
Let me tell you something.
Now you say, let me tell you something. Bro, let's close. We have taken too much time. We can continue tomorrow. When we're having the football conversation, you can slide whatever you want to slide. Bro, I'm not saying that Malox is not an artist. Malox is an entertainer. Malox knows, and he has this group of people that he is working with, and he's doing it so well. Malox are a group of people who open the line, who ils ont arrêté le portail ouvert because so the coach can enter. But the one mentality that we have in our country that is really bad is that because you hold the door for somebody to enter, you feel like you can dictate to them. You can tell them how to go about it. That is not how it should work. That is not how it should work.
Do you know why? Je sais pourquoi tous les petits musiciens vont chez petit pays prendre les conseils.
Prendre quel conseil?
C'est ça le truc. Vous savez pourquoi tous les musiciens qui d'ailleurs ils viennent chez petit pays prendre les conseils?
Quel conseil? Qui lui-même il a fait quoi?
Okay, thank you guys for watching. Thank you all of you guys on the comment section. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for contributing to this show.
We're coming back tomorrow.
We're coming back tomorrow with another topic. We expect to see you again, and then we are even sorry we started a little bit late because we have this computer equipment and all this equipment. Sometimes they work, sometimes they give you a little bit of headache before starting. So we apologize for that and see you tomorrow on the comment section. Thank you.